press this button, go to here,
Okay.
go over to this button, go back.
Hey, can you hear this woman?
I'm feeling a little.
Yes, I can.
Okay, now that is a man.
60, 59.
She's
This is a
transitioning.
countdown 57. To the
57.
Slade
Okay.
and Mayson Show. 55.
Whatever.
This
Rid of her
continues
knees.
to the Slade and
It
Mayson
makes
Show.
Again,
50,
we can't talk about
49,
No.
You're listening to the
47,
countdown to the
46,
Slade and Mayson Show.
45, 44, 43.
This is the continued
42,
countdown
41,
to the Slade and Mayson
40,
Show.
39, 38,
Right now,
37,
you're listening
36,
to the countdown
35,
to the Slade and Mayson
34,
Show.
33.
Please stand
32,
by as you're
31,
listening to the countdown
30,
to the Slade
29,
and Mason Show.
28, 27,
This is
26.
the
Am I doing all right? Am I
Slade
coming in
and
good?
Mason Show.
23.
22. We
Sure.
continue
What's your name?
now with the countdown to the Slade and
19,
Mason Show.
18, 17,
Stand by
That's about
as we
18
are now
seconds.
delivering the countdown.
Oh, okay.
To the Slade and
13,
Mason Show.
12,
11.
People going,
Yes,
what is
10.
this
is our
countdown?
to
It's
the
a throwback,
Slade and
guys. Don't worry
Mason
about it.
Show. 6, 5,
You'll understand.
4.
Here it comes.
3.
Don't go anywhere.
2.
Here it is.
1.
Go.
This is a moment you've been waiting for.
Now broadcasting from the Dan Mason Studios, deep in the heart of Virginia. It's the Slade and Mayson Show.
I have a friend.
Hold that thought.
lady friend,
Hold that thought.
who
Hey,
used to
can't,
love to
can't
cook.
hear you when the music's playing.
Oh,
You gotta wait. You gotta wait for this glorious music. We paid for it.
yes, it was an extremely high price.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
All right.
Now, what I was about to say before I was so rudely interrupted by that music is that I have a female friend, and you know the guy that comes on and says, "No broadcasting."
From the Dan Mason Studios.
We used to talk about this person because she loved to make donuts.
I failed to see where that's funny, but go ahead.
Well, because when you do that voice, it sounds just like the
Oh.
one when you go.
I'd like to buy 5 dozen donuts, please. And a Diet Coca-Cola. Gotta watch my figure.
It's that evil voice I come up with. Yes, I
Oh, yes. Extra cream would be delicious.
This is going to be a very funny show, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell.
I've got some stuff. So first off, what are they listening to? This of course. Well, first off, good morning, Mr. Slade,
Good morning, Mr. Mason.
and welcome to a lovely Sunday, February 15th, 2026. Hopefully, this show will not be removed by Spotify. We'll talk about
The
that.
day after Valentine's Day. Did we get nabbed by
We got
Spotify?
nabbed for playing an Artie Shaw song, so I may have to repost last week's again. Whatever. Anyway, this is the Slade and Mayson Show. It's all about you and us. It's like a radio program, kind of, where we share with you news
Thank
stories
you.
and things.
He's starting to learn. You know, he's putting that codicil on there, kind of.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna stay with
Short of me threatening physical violence to him. So, you know.
No, it's all good. We're gonna share with things we see throughout the week. It's just gonna be our take on it. Basically, we are saying the things that travel through your brain cells, and you're like, "Hey, did anybody ever consider that? That is, yeah. Well, that's.
How did they know?
But you never hear it on the radio. They're just like, "And now back to you, Kathy." You know, it's like, come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
Look,
Sugary drinks.
we're just trying to have some fun. Don't take it all too seriously. Just enjoy. All the music you're listening to that we paid for is brought to you by Dano Music. Dano Music, because we got in under the wire, boys and girls. Go check out that link. Picture from 2016 on Instagram, one on Twitter from 2022, two from Meta Facebook, 24, one from 25. We don't have one this year. We're working on it.
6 one yet.
We'll work on that. If you're enjoying what you're listening to, there
How-
should be a
Some emergency that you need to fix, and we'll get it.
I know. Hey, there should be like a subscribe button, a thumbs up button, a feedback button. Please utilize it, just so we know you're live out there. Oh my gosh. So Shoot, I want to.
Where do I begin?
Can I like jump right into AI? Is that okay? Can I?
Absolutely, because like I say, we talked this week, and I know that there are some things that we are going to talk about, including, is this all a dream?
Oh yes, or an algorithm.
Go
All right.
ahead, listen. AI is on everybody's mind. It's at the tip of
Oh my
everybody's.
gosh.
So yeah, you address it, bro.
Yeah, everybody just doesn't know what's going on, and I'll tell you, you
And he's about to scare the hell out of you by telling you.
it's like you go, do. AI assist 911. What's your emergency? Yes, I'm going to cardiac arrest. I understand you were in a car accident and you are being arrested. Let me see if I can get someone from AAA. No, I'm having a cardiac arrest. I understand. Please calm down. Did you have airbag deployment? No. Okay, that's good to know. That means you weren't going that fast when you got into the car accident. So this is a problem because AI is making certain assumptions, and it's on everybody's voice system now in America, because now you don't have to have Claire, who sits at the front desk taking phone calls. You can have a virtual Claire who doesn't understand anything at all. And that is a real fucking problem. Right
Well,
off the
now
bat.
you bring that up. It's like, and I happen to see this ad that's been running all week about the new Alexa.
Oh, the one I don't get me go with her. Go ahead. Tell me about your, because I remember I don't watch TV. You watch TV.
The new Alexa, it's like they've got it's like a now little box, another new little box that you can put on your table, and you can tell it to do things like roast me in the morning until I get up, and all of a sudden when your alarm goes off, Alexa will start saying bad things to you about your figure, about your shape, about your eating habits. It's like,
I don't need that.
and it will let you know what things you've got scheduled for the day. And in this example, they use that this girl has got to go to this adult preening class so she can learn how to be an adult. And it's like, and she doesn't want it because I hate it. It's like, ugh. And Alexa goes, do you want to cancel? No.
Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you
We are
something.
getting so invasive.
Well, another little toy that Amazon is in trouble with, or you may have heard, or people kind of came to the realization. How many people watched the Super Bowl last week?
Oh, 80 million.
80 million people got to see how how Amazon Ring is taking pictures and clicking up onto a network, and they're like, wait a minute. And the story was like, oh, we found this dog, we're finding one dog a day, and da 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 da. And they're like, wait, so you're using this as surveillance? What? So everybody has an Amazon Ring on their front door because they think, oh, this is great. I can see when packages coming.
Are you surprised at any of this Big Brother stuff?
No. As a matter of fact, they had a partnership with the company called Flock. Now, Flock is the company that has, and you may not realize this, but when you're driving down the road and you're seeing these cameras sitting on top of the traffic lights, those don't belong to the local municipality. They don't belong to the state police. They belong to a private company called Flock. And Flock is taking pictures of your license plates. And then what they do is they save them. And then it's like a Netflix subscription for police stations. They don't need a warrant. All they need is a Flock account, and they can go in and look at all the driver's license, look at your face. They can find out where you've been. Hey, he's not supposed to be driving between the hours of such and such and such and such. Let's go pick him up, right? So Amazon had a partnership with Flock, and Amazon says, we don't sell your videos to the police. We don't sell them to ICE. We don't get, right. We sell them to Flock.
Now, what Flock does with them, it is a for-profit business.
I wasn't sure what to do with it, George. What do I do with this video? So apparently Amazon has very quietly discontinued their association with Flock. Just this past week.
Now, isn't it?
That's because 80 million people sat there and said, what the
What the flock?
What the flock? Very well done, Mr. Slade. What the flock is going on here?
I mean, I'm not surprised because you're right. The ringtones and doorbell ring cameras
Yeah.
and things like that. It's like, yeah, I've watched an entire series of porch pirates getting nailed.
Yeah, and that's where they're getting the videos from. And the other thing is, if you look at the camera, it looks just like Hal from 2001.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, there's no disguising this. It's like, yeah, there it is right there.
Where are you going, JD? Oh, I was going to get out to the store. I can't allow you to do that, JD. No, but open the door, please.
Oh my God.
I'm
It's like,
sorry.
yeah, we are getting to that point because it's like we already have abilities to lock doors
Mhm.
and close up the house so that nobody can get in.
No.
It's
You
like,
need a subscription to lock your door. That means you just need a subscription to unlock your door. Open up the door. You haven't paid your $19.99 for the month. Yeah, I know. I don't have the money. I have to go down to the bank. I'm
there's a
sorry.
bear after me.
I can't allow you to leave, Dave.
Then we've got another picture of the bear attacking you at your door because you didn't have your subscription fee paid.
Would you like to see the video? It'll be $19.99. Because we're no longer associated with Flock. We have to get the money elsewhere.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
like I said, man, I mean, you just go back years and years and remember our conversations about artificial intelligence.
I am just amazed at just how stupid, and I'm sorry for you, listener, because some of you out there are just so damn stupid. My sister has one of those. And it's like,
Oh.
why do you have that? Oh, I liked it. I like it. I like to have the ability to look out the door and see who's there. I'm like,
Look out the window.
you for the past 72 years, you never looked out the window to care who was delivering your damn packages. Why would you care today? Oh, I just wanted it. All right, whatever. What a useless tool.
Yeah, I mean, no. It's like, because there are apartment complexes now, and I'm in one that, again, if they want to, they can install cameras in my little apartment.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
And of course, if they do, boy, are they going to get an eyeful.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing. You see these families, they're posting videos like, oh, big save for dad. You like threw a pillow down on the ground and, as the kid was toppling off the couch, the child landed on the pillow. Why do you have surveillance cameras in your home?
There are people who are intent on making sure that they get that latest video that they can upload that nobody really gives a rat's butt about.
But that could flip on the flip side. So what if, no, not that it's happening. What if the police could actually break into that surveillance? and the kid
How do you know that they don't have a master key to that surveillance?
Yeah, and let's say you didn't hit the pillow in time, and the kid lands and cracks its head open.
Now
That's
you're
manslaughter.
guilty of
I'm like, this is.
Oh, you want? Well, see, now there's a good side and a
Damn.
bad side to having all this surveillance stuff.
No.
There was a Dunkin' up north where this guy came in and he was really abusive,
Mm-hmm.
and the manager at the time happened to be full of pigmentation, and so this guy who was very, very pale started calling him out of his name.
Oh.
And he was doing all right until he hit the master word, the N word, and the guy went N. Nuclear.
Was it Nigeria? Was that the word?
Yeah. Okay, you're close. You're
Okay.
close. Anyway, this guy hit the guy. Well, he came from behind the counter. He said, "Now say it again." And this guy, being stupid, said it again.
Mm.
And as he was finishing, the guy cold cocked him, knocked him down. He hit his head on the floor. And 3 days later, he died.
Mm.
This guy was first charged with simple assault. Then he was charged with assault leading to a what is that called? Homicide.
So the manager is in trouble now.
He was in trouble because, again,
He killed a customer.
Here's the thing that got me. Because the cops were saying things like, well, it doesn't matter what somebody says, you have to be able to swallow that down. Let me tell you something. As a proud member with lots of brown skin on me, I've heard every ignorant thing that someone of another race has had to say about me. I guarantee you, if you make the mistake and come out your mouth that way, not only are you going to get one, but I'm going to come back with a barrel of fist. Because, like I say, you are revealing your true colors, and it has nothing to do with mine.
And again, so if I were an attorney, I would say it was racially motivated and justified, and I would find a way to get the guy off.
What happened is that it's thanks to all this surveillance and that everybody's story was the same that this guy got off, because had they not had the surveillance, they would have had gone on the word of these people. And it just so happened that these people also happen to be colorful, as they would say.
Yes. So so you're a black man you're a black man standing over a white person dying. That's bad. Just saying.
Especially if you're the person who caused it.
Now, if it's a black person on the ground and the white person standing, you're okay.
Again,
get that standard.
A really weird system of justice.
It's the way they do things around here. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh! So, you wanted to touch on this. I want to touch on this. So. First off, I want to know, is it a cooking technique? Is it the rapper Big Onion? I mean, what?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, rapper Big Onion sings his big hit Rapscallion.
What my partner is referring to is that in my other show, I do a bit called Word of the Day. Every day, it's like, again, I give people a new word to add to the vocabulary to help make them sound, just a little smarter so they don't sound stupid when they talk.
Scallywag you are.
So I got the word that I have for tomorrow, which will be on tomorrow's show, is rapscallion. Now listen, you and I talk all the time, and it's like, and it doesn't take long before we get into a Three Stooges bit, and all of a sudden somebody will call an income. Boop, boop. Well, so I thought, well, okay, scallywag. That is one of those words that you just rapscallion is one of those words that nobody uses anymore.
No,
it's archaic. My partner. Gee, that would be something to talk about. Mostly extinct phrases. Oh. And what did he come out with? He came out with, "You scallywag." Listen, and at one time, these were words that people used every day.
Yes.
A scallywag is a mischievous troublemaker. Rapscallion's close cousin.
Yeah, that's me.
So I decided I would go through and find other words that were very popular and now are no longer used.
Okay.
Like humbug.
Whatever.
That only comes around Christmas time.
That's
true. And I got to thank Dickens for keeping it alive.
Do you have on the list, you have huzzah?
Let me see. Huzzah. No.
Okay. So huzzah has been recaptured by Thomas's English Muffins, because it was that time period where he came out that you would say huzzah, which is like, yeah, good deal, man, awesome sauce.
I'll bet you the Mason household uses huzzah all the time, don't they?
Well, I don't like the hot huzzah sauce, so I use a little bit of the syrup in there. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Now, humbug, of course, is nonsense. It's a description of foolish talk. You got to thank Dickens for that. Here's one that got me: codswallop.
Codswallop. We can't talk about this on a G-rated program, so we'll go to the next word.
It was very, very big, and it meant absolute nonsense. Codswallop. I love that. This one I know brouhaha.
Brouhaha. It's a big deal. It's a big brouhaha.
It is a big deal.
I've actually used that in conversations. So, I'm screwed.
You would, because you know why? Because you're the next word, a fuddy-duddy.
Hey, watch it, buddy. Watch it. I'm going to take you down. I ain't no fuddy-duddy.
Old-fashioned and resistant to change. Okay, now we're going to get a little gross here. Because when I hear someone say lick spittle, you know that is just an ancient term for brown noser.
No,
it's a shameless flatterer or a yes man.
Never mind. Go on.
Lick spittle. I love this lick spittle. How about skedaddle?
Oh, let's just get out of here.
That,
Let's skedaddle out of here.
Yep. Oh, okay. Come on, I got you. Cattywampus.
Cattywampus. That's just a bunch of brouhaha.
Crooked, askew, or out of order.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that that's still heard in rural pockets. I believe we are in a rural pocket.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, poppycock.
Oh, that's popular. That's still being used.
Yeah, it's on a popcorn bag, as a matter of fact.
Yes, but it's also a bunch of jahooey.
Yeah, jahooey. You're
Let's
right.
find more old words to dig up.
Here you go. This one.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard somebody say flibbertigibbet?
Oof, never.
It's a slightly talkative person. Flighty. Flibbertigibbet. This one was made famous by our current 47th president in his last term. Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
No, kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle? Okay.
Yeah, kerfuffle. That's a minor disturbance or commotion, but the president used it in a term and he couldn't find the right word to use, so he just made up one.
Oh, kofifi. Kofifi.
Yeah. Okay. Hornswoggle.
Oh, I was.
That's the little midget in WWE who was supposed to be Vince McMahon's son.
That's not
Hornswoggle.
That's not. Hornswoggle means you got ripped off.
Cheat somebody, yes. All right. Gallivant.
Gallivant?
Yeah,
you know what that is? I know what Gallivant is. I had a 1968 Gallivant. It got 38 miles to the gallon. I didn't have anything in there. Had the emissions in there.
Made by AMC, right?
Yeah. It was a 1968 Gallivant. It was lime green, and it had the white wall tires there, and it had 3-speed on the stick. Let me tell you something. That Gallivant was great, except the rust. It was just falling apart on me. You know what I'm saying?
All right, this could be a new name for the president. He could have Mooncap.
Mooncap. Oh, okay. Okay. Anytime we're talking about caps and white things on people's heads, we got to change the subject. Okay. Moving on.
Well, a mooncap is a foolish or dull-witted person. Adult. See, there's another word there. Okay. All right. This is the last one. You ready?
Yeah.
Sometimes, Dan, you and I are guilty of this. We are guilty of being scandal mongers.
Scandal mongers, not us. No.
Yeah, it's some gossip or rumors.
Yeah.
So I just had to look. That's 15 terms that were very, very popular and used almost every day by people in this country. And now almost, I think they're all dead now. So
no, Dan Mayson uses about 75% of them. So be all afraid, boys and girls.
Yeah, be very afraid.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna talk about 2 things about cars.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay. So as you may know, I'm looking for a beater car for my kids.
Listen, when he starts, as you may know,
previously on the Slade and Mayson Show.
Okay, Dan was talking about his beater car.
Yes. So I had my eyes on a 99 Corolla it was up in the Alexandria, Virginia area. So that meant a car ride. And the guy wanted $2,000 for it. It had 160,000 miles on it. I'm like, that is the sweet spot. That's what I need. I just need a POS car that I can hand to the kids and go, here, just drive this until the tires fall off. Okay. Learn to drive, get a job, go get your own damn car, copy, rinse, and repeat. Okay. So
Because let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are new to the program, Dan in his I know we've been doing this over 15 years.
Mhm.
And in the 15 years, I'll bet you Dan has probably bought 8 cars.
At least. And Ted has one of them. But anyway, now, the important thing is, I think it's still running, right? Is it still running? Ted, is it still running? A little bit louder. I can't hear you. What? After the show. All right. Anyway, so here's the deal. The guy had the vehicle there, and gal, whatever, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, this is great. I'm going to come up, and then all of a sudden the snow showed up. And we're like, all right, well, we'll wait until the snow passes. And then we had snowcrete, which is where the snow becomes as hard as a rock. You can't move it.
Man.
And
I mounted that outside my door.
Oh, yeah. I was going to go out last weekend, and the fellow was like, I can't get this car out. I mean, I physically can't get the car out. And he showed a picture, and there was a wall about 4 feet wide, about 1.5 feet tall, that Virginia Department of Transportation decided
help pile up that damn snow.
This was the right place to put it. And on the other side of that wall was the vehicle. And I said, okay, I get it. So this weekend, you know, we're expecting rain, 1.5 inches. We've had 50-degree temperatures. I'm watching the snow just melt away around here. So I sent him a message. Hey, how about this Saturday? I'll come rolling up and pick up the car.
He was met with silence.
Yeah, a guy came by Thursday and bought it.
So your dream, 1999, whatever.
Yeah. So that's gone. And then he's like, oh, but the cool thing is, let me get this roll out. Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up here. Because I was
devastated.
I was hornswoggled.
And Rapscallion.
And I was flummoxed. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
And when you get flummoxed, man, you just don't know.
That's right, baby. That's right. All right, hold on. I'm going to go back here. Let me go back to here. Go to the bottom. Okay. So I dug it out. A guy came by, bought it. And are you looking for a Corolla? Because I do have other similar newer Japanese vehicles available at similar price. I'm like, well, what do you have? I'm looking for a beater driver. You know, he's like, oh, well, here's a Plymouth. Oh, here's a Ford. Oh, here's a Honda. Oh, here's a Hyundai.
This guy, car lot?
I'm like, what the hell, man? I was like, well, you know, the 99 was the kind of the sweet spot, but thank you. Search continues. Oh, I got an 07 Prius for $2,000. I'm like, how many cars you got, dude? You're a used car dealership out of your backyard. So no. I dodged a bullet. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, because like I say, it sounds to me like he is a used car dealer.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, and he's just trying to con you into believe, oh, this is my car, and that's my car, and those other 17 over there, those are my cars too.
Yeah, no, pass. The other thing I want to talk about on cars, and I'll leave it alone, and I've talked about this in the past, I think I did, I want to mention it one more time, is if you have locking lug nuts, will you please, for the love of God, take them off your car and chuck them in the woods and go get a basic lug nut. People are not ripping off cars unless if you're listening to me from Brooklyn, New York, in which case go ahead and keep the locking lug nuts on there. And Saskatchewan, New Jersey. That's the other place you got to watch. Oh, and Hoboken. Oh, and Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, I forgot about that one too. But other than that,
anything that ends in NJ,
yeah. Other than that, take those useless devices off your tires or have your mechanic do that. There was a story where
Please explain to them why. Because number one, your normal jack will not work.
Well, yeah, because you go to this lug nut and it's got like this swirly girly, kind of design on it. It has to match exactly with the device that takes it off, and that's usually in your glove compartment. Okay, that's where most manufacturers leave it. If you're lucky, that's where it is. If it isn't there,
have somebody go through and throw it out.
Yeah, that's the other problem. People go, "Oh, what's this piece of garbage? Piece of metal." Out the door it goes, and that's the only one you get. You only get one. And the other problem is all right. If you have physics. Let's use physics here. And you grab a cup and start twisting it with your hand. Does it twist perfectly straight down? No, because your hand is crunkled in a certain shape. So when you crunkle down a cup, it's going to bend and fold based upon the shape of your hand. What do you think that wiggly shaped device is going to do eventually to the lug nut that's underneath that? It's going to snap it in that same direction and snap it in half. That's why lug nuts are all got 5 face or 6 face, so that it goes on there and it locks into place, and you can turn off the vehicle.
Breathe. There we go.
Okay.
Now you got it. There you go.
All right. So please go see your mechanic and get those lug nut locks off, and just get regular lug nuts on your vehicles.
Nut lug.
This has been a public service announcement of the Slade and Mayson Show.
Okay, brother. Listen, before
Yeah,
Freddie
right
hits
ahead.
that button, you know what yesterday was, right?
Yes, it was Saturday. Yeah. Anything else you want to know? I know drugs are hard for you, JD, so I got to make sure you understand. And tomorrow is Monday, so if you have the Monday show ready, that's good. But I just want to let you know that, yes, yesterday was Saturday. It usually happens right after Friday. How can I help you?
But yesterday was a special Saturday because we celebrated the holiday of love.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a Pink Floyd song. I can't remember the words. Words go start off. I go, "Hey you." What's that? Hey you. Hey you.
Well,
Hey,
it's like
you.
let me
Isn't
just
that
tie this into my romantic foibles.
with hey you.
Okay. So I called Dan because it's like I recorded the Valentine's Day show and I wanted to make a very special Valentine's for my favorite lady.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to call Dan, and he took and did the slicing and dicing and fixed it so I could. Well, we have been talking over the last couple of weeks because in my residential area, there is a lovely lady.
Oh, now she's a lovely lady. Oh,
Thanks to Dan, it's like I had to end up becoming associated
Now
with her.
wait. Let's roll it back again. We're bringing luggage and pianos
and moving into my new place.
We're
and
bringing
I said to Dan earlier, I said, again, I don't want to really associate with these people because they're old.
That's great.
So
I don't care.
Dan
If
do, he
someone
stands
says hello
in my
to me,
doorway as they're bringing in my big desk, and all of a sudden I hear him go, "Hi there."
no, don't put words in my mouth. She said hello. I said hi, and I looked back down. That's all I did, and then I continued. No,
hi there.
I did
That's
not
what
say
I
hi
said.
there. I
You
said
did
hi.
say hi there. You sounded just like Peter Gabriel. Hi there.
No, nice try. I respectfully
anyhow,
request to disagree.
Now, this was back in October. We are now in February. And of course, over the time, I passed along stories about, her giving me Mrs.
Massage.
Butterworth because I didn't have any sugar. So Valentine's Day, I opened my door and she comes out and she says, "Okay, when we get married."
So let's back this up a little bit. I said hi. At worst, let's say I said hi there. Okay. JD tells me, he says, "Dear. Hi, dear. Thanks, dear. Appreciate it, dear. Honey buns, snookums, my little love pocket." These are clues for this woman to pick up on. Okay. She said, she hears, "Hey, dear." She goes, this is what she hears.
Hey, baby. How you doing? Lou Rawls here. Wondering if I could spend a little time with you, baby. Yeah, sweet mama. Look at that.
Wait, stop laughing. Stop laughing. Quiet. Shh.
Let's get
Hold it.
let's get some of that Mrs. Butterworth going, you know what I mean?
So this has been brewing. Like I say, it has been brewing. And so yesterday, I'm not sure, but I think she asked me to marry her.
Yeah, I think she did. And you said something about her saying about you not being married and what a catch you are. And I'm like, oh my God.
So then later on, I mean, like I really do like this little old lady. And she's a cute little old lady, you know.
Mhm.
It's like she said, and so there was another little old lady who was coming up the hall, and I was talking to her because she had taken a box that she had got some stuff in, and she put it outside because she said, I want to make sure I get all the bugs out of it.
What?
Okay.
Bug.
Just shut up. The wind started blowing, and I thought, boy, it's going to blow that box away. So I brought the box in.
I would have
and
kept my mouth shut.
I knocked on the door, and she didn't answer because she must have gone out. And then I heard her come in because, like I say, we're just that adjacent. If she opens her door, I can hear it. So I hear her open her door, and then I wait a minute, and then I go over it, and I bring her box, and I take her box by saying, look, you know, again, this was about to blow away, and I know you wanted to keep this box, blah, blah, blah. Good neighbor policy, right? Well, there was another little old lady who was coming up, and she was talking to me, and all of a sudden, my betrothed said, he's a flirt, and I love it.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Chicken waka wow wow. Let me come check out your box, baby.
We'll return to the Slade and Mayson Show.
We've got some really important stuff coming up in the second half of the show, I know. It's going to be even better than my marriage story.
No, we don't.
Today in history, February 15th, 1493, while on board the Nina, Christopher Columbus writes an open letter describing the discoveries he made in the New World. Yeah, like an entire civilization of people who had already been there. 1869, President Rutherford B. Hayes signs a bill allowing female attorneys to argue cases before the Supreme Court of the United States. You can't vote, but argue all you want. 1972, sound recordings are granted U.S. federal copyright protection for the first time. 72, I knew I should have kept those old Beatle albums. And finally, 2001, the first draft of the complete human genome is published in Nature magazine. Just a little light reading for DNA of G and A and C and T and combinations thereof and RNA of GA and CU. It was 62,000 pages long and took a handcart to take it home. I'm Dan Mason, and that's February 15th.
Hey there, I'm Carmine DeGuzio. Hey, are those kids of yours driving you crazy? You got a job too? No problem. Bring those little snot monkeys on down to Carmine DeGuzio's Happy Smiley Face Daycare. Your little ankle biters will enjoy a long 10-hour day in our history room learning all about the past firsthand. In our back room, we have over 200 high-speed sewing machines just like they did at the turn of the century. Your little ones will learn what it was like to actually work in a sweatshop right here in the garment district. We'll teach them how to speed stitch through leather, cotton, nylon, and naugahyde. By the end of the day, your little ones will be all tuckered out. My pockets will be bulging. You'll actually see the finished products in stores throughout the United States. Wouldn't it be great to see your little darlings having helped bring back a long-forgotten service to the United States? Also, if you have older children, over 4 years old, we can start them off on the high-speed loom. It crosses at 1,500 lines per second. They'll learn about manual dexterity and agility. And if they don't want to lose a finger, eye-hand coordination. It'll be fun. So bring your kids on down to Carmine DeGuzio's Happy Smiley Face Daycare and drop them off for the experience of a lifetime. History coming alive.
All children must have current shots. Insurance cards must be present at all times. Current accidental death and dismemberment rider must be documented. Next of kin daytime telephone number must be on file. The Carmine DeGuzio Happy Smiley Face Daycare exemption contract must be signed by both guardians prior to entry. No long hair, jewelry, or loose clothing permitted in the historical area.
Hey, I'm Carmine DeGuzio. We'll leave the loom on for you.
Wisconsin, nature's wonderland. In all my dreams I see.
And fat women.
Beautiful Wisconsin, glorious and grand. That's where I long to be.
Capital of the world.
Silvery Lake and Rocky Dell hold me in their magic spell, and the pine-scented air is beyond compare. Beautiful Wisconsin, milk and honey land, your home, sweet home to me.
And yours.
Silvery Lake and Rocky Dell hold me in their magic spell, and the pine-scented air is beyond compare. Beautiful Wisconsin, milk and honey land, your home, sweet home to me.
And now, for reasons I can't even explain, we return you now to the Slade and Mayson Show.
Hi, I'm J.D. Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
What, did you get indigestion from Wisconsin, man? Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I felt. That's why I was making great comments about the pack.
Yeah, that was Beautiful Wisconsin by Ken Griffin on the organ and Johnny Hill singing and written by Don Finna. What a memorable piece. Beautiful Wisconsin.
Real toe tapper there.
Yeah, for today, National Wisconsin Day. I double Dutch dare anybody to give me a copyright strike on that song. Nobody wants to claim that one. Nobody.
Now you make sure you let me know when we get dinged for that damn thing.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. All right. Anyway, this portion of Slade and Mason.
Wait a minute. There was one, again, I was talking about Valentine's Day, and again, I have this lovely story I must share with you before you go into the commercial. One story about how Valentine's Day became, the day it is, says that Saint Valentine defied Emperor Claudius II by secretly marrying young couples, since unmarried soldiers were easier for the army. And when he was caught, did a lovely thing. He was executed on February 14th, around 270.
That's great. And now he's dead.
Yeah, like I say, it's all these memorable things about love and devotion, and then you're going to die.
Well, what they're saying is, if you really, really love somebody Go kill the guy who got you guys together. I think is that what they're trying to say? I don't think that's right. Something sounds a little off. This portion of the Slade and Mayson Show is brought to you by Icy Something Icy Treats. And I'll tell you what that's all about. My buddy Sheila and her husband Al, a big, huge red truck. And it wasn't red what they got. It was like a silvery off-white. Anyway, so what they did was they re-outfitted it. I forget how many DDDs I got to put in there. They
re-outfitted it.
I'll stop eventually. And then what they did is they painted it red, and they put their logos on there, and the Icy Something Icy Treats.
Red Corvette.
Wow. And then what they did was they also outfitted with 2 large ice shredding machines, so no waiting. And what they do is take a big, huge block of ice, and they put it up into the machine, and the blade slowly rotates, and it creates a snowfall. And it goes into a waiting goblet. And then Al goes and he puts all these different flavors on it. And they have about 43 different flavor combinations. So it's kind of like Snowfall. It is just like Snowfall, except not the junk that came out this past season. But really nice, really fluffy. It's
creamy,
and you scoop it, and it's like it just dissolves in your mouth, and you're just like left with this wonderful flavor, wonderful experience. So if you got a birthday party, you got a corporate event, or maybe even like a fundraiser, you're trying to get some interest, give them a call at 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827. You can also visit them on the interwebs at www.iceymethia. Let's try that
G, for goodness sake.
Wait. I totally messed it up.
Doggone it. Come on, man.
www.iceymethia.
Up the G, for goodness sake.
ICEY.com. Maybe I was having a stroke. I'm not sure. Again, they're available on Instagram, Facebook, basically anywhere you can see stuff on the internet. That's where they'll see you, and you'll see them.
I won't be able to do anything.
I'll be calling on the phone, drooling. Anyway, listen, give them a call again, 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827. That number once again is 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did, and you don't want to wait because they're setting up their bookings for 2026 now.
Yeah, she's already got like 7 or 8 different events going on. That's 7 or 8 weekends already gone. So move your tuchus. Well, there's a word that doesn't get used anymore. Huh? How about them?
Well, that's because it sounds disgusting to begin with. Tuchus.
Oh, my gosh. So,
all right, Anna.
Yes.
You know, you and I talk during the course of the week, and usually the conversation goes,
South.
What have you done now? Well, I clicked there. You don't know what happened.
I'm busy putting fires out all week long.
I thought that yesterday I was going to get lucky and not have to call him for anything. But
nope.
Sure enough.
Yep.
First, let me tell you what happened.
I know what happened. You went out to get stoned.
Tomorrow's show. and my friend Boogie.
He's doing his recording, and you hear the and he goes, "Oh, shit, yeah, I want to get stoned. Yeah, fuck yeah."
So Boogie says, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?"
Yeah.
And I said,
JD hits the pause button. Yeah, I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. Open the door. Come in, please.
I stopped the show where I was, and I made it a real convenient point. And then I came back, and I finished the show, and then I realized, oh man, I got to splice these parts together so it doesn't sound like I left the building for 3 hours,
which is what he did.
So I called Dan, and he fixed the problem. It was an easy problem for him to fix.
Yeah.
But we got into a discussion earlier this week, and I just happened to throw out. You know, Dan, I've been having these really weird dreams lately.
Mm-hmm.
What if this life that I'm living right now in this year of our Lord, 2026,
mm-hmm.
what if this is just a dream?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and when all said and done, I wake up and I'm in another reality.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, my partner, Dan, he is a real nerd. I mean, just capital N. He said, you know, they've got theories about blah, 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 ultimate universe.
There are some serious theories about that. So, for instance, if you think about the technology, you go back to 1974, and we had Pong. You remember Pong?
Oh God, yes. I mean, I
Okay.
played Pong Stoned a
Yep.
lot.
Pong was this, for those of you who
Oh.
don't know, look at your keyboard, make it about 3 times as thick, and it has 4 buttons on it, and that's it, and 2 dials. That was high-ucking tech video, okay? And you had a paddle on the one side of the screen, and by the way, this is black and white. Let's go there, okay? You had a black and white screen. You could even have a color TV. You're still going to get a black and white screen, and you had a paddle on the right-hand side. You had a paddle on the left-hand side, and you had a cursor, which was a block, a cube that bounced off the screen edges, and then it would hit the paddle.
If you move
if you move it, you got to turn the dial. That means you were sitting right next to the person you're playing this video game with. No one had their own controller. There was no Bluetooth. You'd sit there with a controller and you'd turn the knobs up and down. Okay. That was Pong. Okay.
Yeah, because Pong was a one-person game.
No. It was a 2-person game.
No.
Yes.
It's like, well,
No.
It was, but it's like, think of it as only one person could play at a time.
No. You are mistaken. You are gravely mistaken. That was the whole idea behind that console. You had the 2 knobs. There was a knob on the right-hand side. There was a knob on the left-hand side. Yes, you could play a one-person. You had to flip the switch to play one person, which gave you a wall, and then you moved the panel back and forth. But no, it was originally set up as a 2-person game with difficulty of hard and easy. And that meant the thing moved slowly across the screen or
it
fast.
moved extremely fast.
Yes, so that's Pong. That was 1974-ish.
That was, man, I'll tell you what, that was great. I told you, I used to go to my news director's house on Sunday night, and we would watch Ernest Ainsley. He was a fundamentalist preacher who was a healer.
Mm-hmm.
And we would play Pong up until midnight because that's when Ernest Ainsley came on.
Okay. And then you had to replace
we couldn't see much of anything.
Now, mind you, you had to keep a supply of D batteries on stop because that thing did not have a power cord. But moving on, we are now in the year 2026. And I have, it was interesting you bring this up. There is a clip generated by one of the video production things. It said, I want you to generate a clip of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt meeting at the top of a beat up building, beating the living crap out of each other. Go. And just that quick, they hit the enter button, and all of a sudden there's this wide scene. And all of a sudden it starts narrowing down as you see these 2 figures come running at each other full speed. And it's Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. And they're going like pounding each other, Taekwondo format, kicking and punching. And you hear the slapbacks and the facial structures. All done by computer. Now, let's reverse this. You also have something called The Sims. Are you familiar with The Sims?
God, that was a family game that they were building farms and everything else with
yes,
The Sims.
Yeah. So you've got that. You've got Minecraft. Okay. You've got
Call of Duty.
Yeah. So you've got all this technology in place where with The Sims, you can do pretty much a set it and forget it type of thing. And then come back to it and you'll go, oh, well, she quit her job at the bakery. She's now working at the diner. That's interesting. And then he's now working overtime. Right? So like all these things can change all by themselves. Now, let's take it one step further. We are in the brain just a bunch of neurons. That's really all it is. Synapses, connections, back and forth, just like a computer. What's to prevent that from being what we're seeing? So,
well, because you are an Apple connoisseur, and I'm a Commodore 64.
Yeah. But here's the deal. So the more that the technology advances, the more likely it is that what we're seeing, we don't really have bodies. We're just experiencing things through the electronic sensors, electronic algorithms.
Now, you realize that even though there is a lot of truth to that, you are flying in the face of all organized religion.
Oh yeah, I know. Anyway, so what you do is you got cameras, right? Cameras can see things, okay? And it can bring it into AI, and the AI can go, oh, okay, I just saw that. That's a stapler. Looks like it's a swing line. Looks like it's a red swing line. Oh, red swing line. Oh, that's from the movie Office Space. Oh, I get the reference. Good deal. Good deal. Great stapler, right? Just by looking at it, just like looking at an image, okay? It extrapolated all that information just like a human would. So it's a very strong, there's a very strong possibility that this is all just a really elaborate experiment sitting on some kid's desktop. As I mentioned, it's a program he ran. We don't know if it's been running for a couple of seconds. We don't know if it's been running for 1 billion years because time is all relative. The fact that we can only see in 1 light year away, okay? That's how big our universe is. We just don't know. It's just we look 1 million light years this way, 1 million light years this way. That's the big round circle we can only see there. We don't know what's beyond that. And
because then becomes the theory of alternate universes.
Well, then that's something different. That's not theory. That's actually been proven. There are alternate universes, and they actually watch things popping up in and disappearing out of.
They're not moving fast enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, got a whole lot of things that I'd like to see removed.
Anyway, we've gone down a rabbit hole. So, are we a simulation? Probably.
That is just an amazing thought to think of, because you're right. The technology is not stopping.
Because what's the next step? What's the next step? The next step is AI becomes sentient. What's the next step after that? AI creates. What's the next step after that? Oh, why don't I just build this program that thinks it's alive? It touches things. It sees things. It hears things. It tastes things. It digests things. It comes in contact with other things. It has feelings and touch. And, I'll just make it as a program.
I mean, years and years ago when I was a funny kid, again, it's like I had this joke in my mind because, okay, we are taught that there's a good and an evil force, otherwise known as God and the devil.
Right. Catholics, anyway. Catholics.
I always thought,
Catholics.
What if, these two people, these two beings, they already know what the outcome is going to be. They just let things go and, go ahead and let them go ahead and kill themselves. We'll take care of it afterwards in the afterlife.
Well, see, and that's...
I always thought it was a mean game between the two.
Well, if you take both parties out and you just have some kid with a video game on his desktop computer... And it's an assignment.
Let's hope that it's not me as a kid who would just pick the unit up and crash it on the floor.
And it's an assignment he has to get in by Monday. And here it is Sunday. Because you got to realize you can run if it's a program, you can run the program as fast as you like. And there are examples of I was watching a video where they took AI agents, 1,000 of them. I didn't watch the rest of the video because it was getting pretty interesting. Basically, they were they'd run through things and they're living in their own little homes and what have you. And the AI doesn't know what's going on. The AI doesn't know what's going on. But in there, it throws in a prompt like, I want you to have a birthday party for somebody. And the next thing you know, this AI agent on its own is saying, oh, I'm going to order a birthday cake. I'm going to invite these people. I've already rented out the hall over at such and such. And it's like, I didn't tell it to do that. It just inferred that these are things that need to get done. So in the same step, we already, you talk about the fact that we already know what the future is going to be, right? Or this godlike entity would already know. Well, yeah, I mean, the algorithm is already written into place.
I just think it's a fascinating thought, and it tends
think
to
we
lead
just-
you to just think of all kinds of scenarios to how this weighs out. And I couldn't believe it. It's like I thought I had killed those brain cells years
No.
ago, but nope, they're still there.
That's why I'm here. I think I just scared a whole schmuckload of people. I think you did too. So we're sorry if we scared you. Hey, let's talk about this. Hey, the crocuses are up, so spring's on its way. Yay.
You know what? I could have slapped you when I saw that post. It's like I thought my partner is out there actually taking pictures
Yeah.
of these dead weeds coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh yeah, and the groundhog was wrong.
Yeah,
Okay,
again.
well, no, but you wait, because we're gonna have temperatures in the 60s this week.
Yeah.
But next week we're gonna go back into the frosty times.
Nah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Okay,
Hey,
that's
speaking.
not what Puxatawny Bill said.
Yeah, I know. Petsataki, he's been,
Of course, he's
never-
now Stu, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
I love, every year on my radio show, I would always go and shoot to the video up in Puxatawny, Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
And you're watching these people, and like I say, they're all pigments ignored.
Yes.
And they're all standing there dancing and singing. It's like 12 degrees, and they're dancing and playing guitars and banjos and such. And I'm thinking,
Oh my God.
man, you people are stupid. And like I say, they're all, I mean, it's almost like it's like Christmas Eve. You go
Yeah.
to Christmas Eve mass.
Christmas celebration.
Like I say, all these people are out there, and like I say, they get out there about 4:00. So it's really cold. The groundhog's like, you just leave my ass in this hole here. I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah, it's basically a box with like fake bark on the outside, and they nap out.
You reach in, and all of a sudden you're this cute little furry groundhog, and all of a sudden this big hand comes, reaches in and grabs you by your neck and pulls you out.
And then you put it up to your ear and pray to God it doesn't take a bite out of you.
You people are funny. You really are, man. You come up with the dumbest stuff.
Hey, we for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yes, that's right. I have to become Irish again. Bubble Brian.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, boys and girls. I have no idea what we talked about. I hope you did. Hope you
But
paid
it was
attention.
certainly interesting. It kept my attention for an hour.
Say goodbye, Mr. Slade.
I don't want to. Goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Hey, that almost sounded intelligent, Dan.
No,
I think we can fool him again.
never happened.
You wait until this program runs out, man. Or they have that big crash of electricity. I wipe everything out, and I can't put anything back.
You got your girlfriend next door, and you get the other girlfriend.
And they don't know about each other. Woo.
JD's harem. Hey, girl, you stay on this side of the bed. Girl, you stay on this side of the bed.
Hey, listen, I am a respecter of age. It's like the one damn near 100 and the other one damn near 50.
All right, take it slow on her.
Oh no, this is where I'm getting AI to help me, man.
Dear AI, I have a 100-year-old girlfriend. What do I do?
Don't bend her up.
Fit her for a coffin.
Like I said, if you bend her, she might not be able to be straightened out again. Without an iron.
All right, that's a little kinky, but it involves her walker.
And ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the conversations we had during the week. Now you see why we don't bring them to Sunday.
That's why we don't do this every day.